Welcome back, courtroom tourists. Last time, we uncovered 50 of America's most absurd lawsuits, from haunted houses to hot coffee. But just when you thought justice couldn't get any stranger, the rest of the world said, "Hold my gavel." From Finland's frozen traffic fines to an Australian man who sued over a sneeze, we're diving into 50 more dumbfounding cases that actually shaped real laws. These stories prove one universal truth: no matter where you go, humans will find a way to make the legal system creative. In case number 4, one Italian court decided pasta can be emotionally offensive. Case number 12, a man in India sued the gods themselves. And wait until you reach case number 47. You'll never look at pigeons the same way again. So fasten your seatbelts, silence your phones, and prepare for another round of international legal comedy. 1. The ice cream speeding ticket. Finland, millionaire was fined over $100,000 for speeding because in Finland, traffic fines scale with your income. He appealed, claiming he only had 1 scoop of ice cream left in his bank account. The court checked and found millions. The verdict: pay up. This hilarious equality law ensures that if you're rich, even your ice cream melts under justice's heat. 2. The peanut butter prosecution. Man sued a supermarket because the chunky peanut butter had fewer chunks than he expected. The court dismissed it, but Canada updated its labeling standards for descriptive accuracy. So, thanks to him, your peanut butter's chunkiness is now legally measurable. Somewhere, a scientist probably holds a PhD in peanuts. 3. The loud rooster trial. The rooster crowed too early every morning, and neighbors sued. The court ruled that rural sounds are part of French heritage. Morris became a national symbol of countryside pride and got a bronze statue. Justice for roosters. The law now protects farm noises from city complaints. 4. The pasta insult case. Italy, restaurant critic was sued by a chef for writing that his spaghetti tasted like wet cardboard. The court agreed it was unnecessarily offensive, setting a limit on culinary criticism. 5. The silent sneeze case. Australia, 2008. An office worker was fired for sneezing too loudly during meetings. He sued for unfair dismissal. The judge ruled the sneezing was involuntary and reinstated him. Now, Australian labor law officially recognizes sneezing as a non-disciplinary event. 6. The coffee spill. Copycat. United Kingdom, inspired by America's hot coffee case. A British man sued a cafe after spilling his tea. The court threw it out, adding that tea is traditionally hot. Still, the UK introduced mandatory lid temperature warnings because apparently no one is safe from scalded dignity. 7. The drunk elephant incident. India, an elephant wandered into a liquor shop, drank rum, and destroyed the place. The shop owner sued the local forest department. The court ruled animals can't be charged, but humans must fence alcohol storage. So now, Indian wildlife laws literally include don't serve elephants. 8. The neighbor's wind chime. Japan, 2013. A woman sued her neighbor, claiming his wind chime caused emotional distress. Judge sided with her and restricted unnecessary wind noise. 9. The broken promise of Santa. England, father sued a local event organizer after a Meet Santa session revealed a man in a cheap fake beard who swore at kids. The court found false advertising forcing event companies to disclose professional performer status. So, yes, Santa Claus became legally protected employment. 10. The Great Sausage Riots. Germany, vendor overcharged for bratwurst at a fair. Customers sued for emotional deception. The judge dismissed the case, but ordered transparent pricing laws for food festivals. Germany learned the hard way. Never play with a man's sausage rights. 11. The Subway cheese. Ruling Switzerland, man ordered a sandwich and claimed the cheese slice was too small to justify the price. He sued the deli. The Swiss court, with visible exhaustion, ruled that cheese thickness is not a legal metric. Still, it led to consumer regulations requiring standardized portion sizes. In Switzerland, even lunch gets audited. 12. The man who sued the gods. India, frustrated man filed a lawsuit against the Hindu gods for failing to protect his home from flooding. The judge dismissed it, saying the court lacks jurisdiction over divine beings. But the story went viral and inspired legislation defining frivolous litigation. That's right, a mortal lawsuit against heaven literally made Earth's laws better. The missing cow case. Kenya, man sued his neighbor because one of his cows crossed the fence. Got married, yes, the ceremony was staged, and refused to to return. The court ruled the cow had no legal obligation of loyalty. Kenya's livestock law was later amended to clarify ownership boundaries. 14. The selfie statue case. Thailand tourist took a selfie at a sacred statue while making a silly face. Locals sued him for disrespecting the national image. The court fined him and created stricter tourist behavior rules. So now, Thailand's cultural dignity law exists because one guy couldn't keep a straight face. 15. The singing banana vendor. Street vendor was fined for singing pop songs without a music license. He sued the city. He won, proving that singing for fun doesn't count as commercial performance. This ruling freed karaoke-loving Filipinos everywhere. So if you hear someone belting out "My Heart Will Go On," thank legal precedent. 16. The drunk goat. Farmer's goat got drunk on spilled wine, ran into traffic, and caused an accident. The farmer sued the winery. The judge sided with the driver, saying goats are responsible to their owners. That phrase entered Argentine law. Yes, goats now have implied accountability. 17. The parking ticket protest. Iceland. Man kept getting parking fines and mailed them back, shredded into confetti. The government sued for defacement of property. He countersued, arguing creative expression. The judge ruled both sides ridiculous, but Iceland updated its civic disrespect laws. Lesson learned. Paper cuts don't win cases. 18. The Emoji Divorce case. United Arab Emirates. Woman filed for divorce after her husband replied to her heartfelt message with just a thumbs up emoji. The court considered it insulting indifference under cultural context. Now, emoji use in messages can legally factor into UAE family cases. Somewhere, a lawyer is training to become a certified emoji translator. The chocolate bunny trial. Germany. Two companies fought over who owned the gold foil bunny designed for Easter chocolate. The court ruled that the bunny was iconic enough to deserve trademark protection. So yes, in Germany, even chocolate can have legal representation. The Pigeon Fine. Singapore. Man was fined for feeding pigeons. He argued he only dropped breadcrumbs accidentally. The judge didn't buy it and doubled the fine. This case reaffirmed Singapore's famous strictness. 21. The haunted hotel case. Scotland. Guests sued a hotel after claiming they were kept awake by ghosts. The court dismissed it but advised the hotel to adjust advertising to exclude paranormal amenities. The owners later leaned into it. Now it's marketed as a haunted experience. In short, ghosts lost the case, but won the marketing campaign. 2. The chicken noise dispute. New Zealand couple sued their neighbor because his backyard chickens clucked too early. The court sided with the chickens, citing agricultural rights. It resulted in zoning adjustments protecting rural sounds. So, like France's Rooster Morris, these Kiwi hens crowed their way into legal history. 3. The Air Guitar Championship lawsuit. Finland. 2015. A contestant sued the World Air Guitar Federation, claiming the judges were biased toward more energetic performers. The case was tossed out but inspired updated contest scoring criteria, style, realism, and absurdity. Finland now officially defines air guitar quality. Arguably, the peak of civilization. The whale naming case. Japan. 2006. Zoo allowed the public to name a new whale. The winning entry, Mr. Splashy Pants, was too ridiculous for administrators, who refused it. A court later ruled public votes must be honored. Japan's public engagement law gained new clarity. Democracy, even in whale naming, must prevail. 25. The jelly bean trademark. South Africa. Two candy makers fought over the word jelly bean. The court ruled neither could own it because it was a description, not a brand. This became a global example for generic term law. So yes, one sweet legal battle decided that jelly beans belong to the people. The cowboy hat in court. Canada. 2010. A man refused to remove his cowboy hat in court, citing personal dignity. The judge fined him, but later reduced it. Noting his sincerity, the case led to clearer courtroom dress codes. Justice now officially allows reasonable headgear, but no fashion statements. 27. The pizza delivery promise. England. Man sued a pizza chain for late delivery after 31 minutes, claiming their 30-minute guarantee was binding. The court disagreed, but triggered new consumer advertising rules. Now, UK fast food ads must clarify estimates only. One hungry man-made punctuality a matter of law. 28. The broken tooth sushi case. Japan. 2019. A customer broke a tooth on a hidden fishbone bone and sued the restaurant. He lost, but the verdict inspired mandatory bone warning signs at sushi bars because apparently raw fish needed legal fine print. 29. The Great Duck Crossing, England, 1993. A woman stopped traffic to help ducks cross the road, causing an accident. She was fined, appealed, and partially won. Courts ruled animal rescue may justify obstruction. This case still appears in British driver safety manuals. It's the rare story where kindness got ticketed, then legally defended. 30. The banana peel slippery case. Italy, 2011. A man slipped on a banana peel at a railway station and sued the transport authority. CCTV revealed he dropped it himself seconds earlier. The judge fined him for fraud, and Italy tightened laws on false claims. It was the day irony became evidence. 3-1. The texting while walking lawsuit. China. Woman walked into a lamppost while texting and sued the city for failing to protect pedestrians from obstacles. The court dismissed it, but sparked a national safety campaign. Now, some Chinese cities have dedicated texting lanes for walkers. Technology meets tragedy, meets traffic control. The Butter Mountain case. European Union, 2013. A dairy farmer sued the EU over a surplus butter stockpile, claiming it devalued his product. The court ruled against him, but demanded transparent inventory reporting. The Butter Mountain case became a metaphor for bureaucracy. Somewhere in Brussels, a fridge still trembles. 33. The $1 million mosquito bite, Brazil, 2015. A tourist sued a resort for being bitten by mosquitoes, claiming lack of preventive signage. The judge actually awarded a small settlement, and Brazil's tourism ministry began mandating insect warnings. Yes, mosquitoes now inspire legal paperwork. 34. The Karaoke Ban case. South Korea, 2010. A man sued after being banned from a karaoke bar for singing too badly. The judge ruled businesses can refuse service based on performance quality. It became an actual clause in entertainment law. So yes, in Korea, bad singing is officially grounds for rejection. Pitch yourself wisely. 3-5. The Crocodile Kiss. Trial, Thailand, 2012. A zoo performer sued after being bitten while attempting to kiss a crocodile. The court ruled the risk was self-inflicted, but new safety regulations for live shows were introduced. In Thailand, you can now legally perform death-defying acts with proper paperwork. 3-6. The Taxi Cat case. Russia, 2016. A Moscow taxi driver sued a passenger whose cat allegedly caused him to crash by meowing too aggressively. The judge dismissed it, but required animals to be restrained in transport. This ruling officially put cats in the same legal category as unruly passengers. 37. The Cursed Painting lawsuit. Mexico. Family claimed a painting of a crying boy caused a house fire. They sued the artist. The court found no link, but galleries were later required to label works of emotional or supernatural nature. In Mexico, even paintings now need disclaimers. The Balloon Festival disaster. Spain, 2017. A man sued a festival after his balloon animal popped and caused trauma. The court rejected the claim, but mandated clearer disclaimers for event safety. Spain's cultural ministry called it the first case of airborne emotional damage. 39. The Loud Flip-Flop case. Singapore. Man was fined after neighbors complained his flip-flops made excessive hallway noise. He appealed and lost, prompting updates to residential noise regulations. Singapore officially lists slipper impact decibels as a measurable disturbance. Somewhere, a sound engineer weeps. 40. The UFO insurance policy case. England. Company sold alien abduction insurance. A man bought a policy and claimed payment after a beam of light experience. The court ruled it was marketing humor. The UK then required clearer parody labeling for novelty products. It's the only time a judge has said, "Please prove the aliens signed the contract." 41. The ice cream crime. Japan. Woman sued a convenience store because her ice cream melted too quickly after purchase. The court rejected it, but ordered labels to include temperature instructions. Now, some Japanese ice creams say, "Consume within 5 minutes." Just as served, slightly chilled. 42. The vacuum cleaner escape. England. Janitor claimed his vacuum escaped its socket, hit him, and sued the manufacturer for autonomous assault. The judge threw it out, but demanded implemented better cord safety standards. And just like that, vacuum cleaner regulations became a thing. Somewhere, Roomba is planning its appeal. 43. The Pope's image dispute. Italy. Souvenir vendor printed the Pope's face on toilet paper as satire. He was fined for religious defamation. The result? Italy expanded protections for religious imagery. Now, you can mock politics, but not PayPal. Paper products. 44. The slow Wi-Fi lawsuit. South Korea. 2018. A student sued his university for emotional distress due to slow dorm Wi-Fi. The court dismissed it, but forced the school to upgrade their network. In South Korea, even lag has legal standing. 45. The potato chip tax war. United Kingdom. 2009. A snack company argued its chips were puffed snacks, not crisps, to avoid taxes. After months of hearings, the court declared them officially potato crisps. The case redefined Britain's snack classifications. Justice with extra crunch. 46. The fish falling from sky. Case India 2019. After a freak storm dropped fish onto a village, locals sued the government for poor weather management. The case was, of course, dismissed. However, it inspired new insurance policies for acts of nature. That's right, flying fish became a legal precedent. 47. The pigeon jury trial. Greece. Man was fined for keeping pigeons on his balcony. He appealed, arguing they were emotional support birds. The judge reduced the fine and recognized pigeons as therapeutic animals in small numbers. Now, Greece limits emotional support pigeons to 10 per household. 4. 8. The tomato sauce explosion. Australia 2014. A diner sued after a ketchup packet exploded onto his shirt. He won slightly. The restaurant had to refund his meal and dry clean the shirt. Australian eateries now list condiment splash risk on safety manuals. You could say it was a saucy verdict. 49. The wedding cake collapse. Couples sued a bakery when their multi-tiered cake collapsed mid-reception. The court ruled partial fault on both sides. The bakery for poor design, the couple for excessive dancing near the display. It's prompted clearer catering liability laws. Dancing is fun, but gravity remains undefeated. 50. The bubble wrap. Addiction Canada and sued his employer after being fired for excessive bubble wrap popping. He claimed it was stress therapy. The court rejected his claim but acknowledged stress relief as a legitimate workplace issue. Canadian companies now include non-disruptive stress relief options in HR policy. So yes, popping bubble wrap changed employment law. And that, dear viewers, concludes our second round of legal lunacy. 50 more real court cases from around the world that prove absurdity knows no borders. From flying fish to karaoke bans, from sacred pasta to emotional pigeons. Every ruling reminds us that laws are made by humans, and humans are delightfully unpredictable. If there's a theme here, it's that logic takes a vacation once someone says, "I'll see you in court." Maybe next time, we'll explore 50 insane corporate lawsuits that changed how business works. Or, perhaps, we'll journey into the 50 strangest historical trials where justice met pure chaos. Until then, like, subscribe, and tell me which law made you laugh and which made you lose faith in humanity. Because somewhere right now, another ridiculous case is probably being filed.